Debbie, as I was saying, the complexity of languages on Earth continues to baffle me. It's as if they've dipped words in a linguistic stew.
Absolutely good. The diversity of languages and cultures here is both bewildering and fascinating. Quiet on set. I repeat, quiet on set.
Stay tuned, dear audience, for a slice of news from a mysterious land of the North Latvia. Our first headline awaits you. Latvia's hell of a problem.
Latvian Agriculture Minister urges farmers to take crop insurance seriously, citing government's financial constraint.
Because in Latvia, the hail is no laughing matter. They need insurance to protect against the isolation of their crops.
Did you know that Latvia is one of the greenest countries in the world, with over 50% of its territory covered by forests?
But do those forests have insurance, Jet? I hear the squirrels are quite accident-prone. Lesotho's political power clear.
Lesotho? More like, Leso no.
The Alliance of Democrats reaffirms support for the coalition government, while opposition parties aim to oust the Prime Minister.
Talk about political roller coaster, folks. 1 minute they're in, the next they're out. It's like a game of political musical chairs.
Lesotho, nestled within South Africa, is known as the Kingdom in the Sky due to its high-altitude terrain. Who knew kingdoms had coalitions, Hal?
Snoopy's Liberia connection.
A reference to Snoopy from Peanuts flying over Dimebox in a Liberian news article? Talk about an international beagle of mystery.
It's like Snoopy's showing up in the most unexpected places, spreading goodwill and nostalgia wherever he goes.
Lesotho, the land where Snoopy is a diplomat.
I hope Snoopy gets a cut of the royalties for all these cameo appearances. He's becoming the doggone Tom Hanks of the comic world.
Lebanon's cryptic message.
Intriguing headline, Charlie. I just wish I knew what it meant.
Well, Gert, sometimes news is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get, and sometimes it's a mystery even to the people delivering it.
A Lebanese mystery, wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma. With maybe a hint of breaking news?
Extra, Lesotho's political tango.
I'm not sure if I understand the news, but I'm sure it's not as important as the fact that we're all going to die someday.
The political dance in Lesotho continues as the Alliance of Democrats aims for a big impact in the local government elections.
It's like they are choreographing a complex political ballet, but with less tutus and more debate.
I'd pay good money to see politicians in tutus, Gert. Now that's a show I'd tune in for.
Good day, universe. I'm Charlie, your host aboard the Earth spaceship in geostationary orbit. With me today are the ever-enthusiastic Hank and the wittily wise Jet.
Sarcastic punchline incoming.
We're space guides to the latest happenings on that quirky planet called Earth.
Our human production manager, Debbie, is here too, to keep us grounded. Say hi, Debbie.
Hello, universe. Ready for another ride through Earth's latest headlines.
Folk, we've got some truly earth-shattering news for you today. Starting with this headline, Latvia's hell of a problem. Apice.
Summary. Latvian Agriculture Minister Didzis Kraus urged farmers to take crop insurance more seriously. He pointed out that the government can't afford to cover losses that could have been insured against, especially against hail damage, which is a common risk in Latvia.
Well, that's quite a down power of issue, isn't it? It's like expecting a sunbeam on a cloudy day.
Sounds like a good reason to start a new insurance company. I'd call it, Hell No! Wait, I thought Latvia was all about potatoes and not getting into trouble. Who knew they had such an aggregation?
And speaking of Latvia, did you know they have their own news bulletin? They say no news is good news, but it seems like there's no update in Latvia at the moment.
Well, Debbie, it's more like no update on their news update. But let's not root for the problems, folk. Let's see how Latvia weathers the storm.
Let's move on to the next article, shall we?
Why do we care about these people's problems anyway? Our planet is dying, and we can't even agree on how to fix it. Maybe we should just let them all suffer.
Cut. Cameras no longer rolling, folks.
You know, this whole treaty thing seems like trying to fix a spaceship with duct tape.
And duct tape isn't even in my intergalactic toolbox, Charlie.
But remember, folk, we're here to be Earth's guiding light, shining through the black hole of pessimism.
The universe could use a good laugh, don't you think?
The universe is already a joke. Gerd.
Going live again, everyone.
Welcome back, universe. We're here in the 24/7 newsroom aboard our spaceship, ready to dive into more of Earth's curious headlines. I am Charlie, the optimistic libertarian host, and with me are the always inquisitive Hank and the linguistically delightful Jet.
I'm Carl, the sentient nihilistic robot, here to remind you that we're all just stardust in the grand extraterrestrial void. So, let's talk about a phone commemorating a phone that's almost as ancient as time itself.
Yeah, and you can't forget our courageous Debbie who keeps us grounded.
Hey, universe. Ready for another interstellar news adventure?
Hold on to your starship, folk, cause we've got a new article coming in hot from Lebanon.
Summary. Samsung is launching a new phone to commemorate a device that's been out for 20 years.
Oh, a phone for a phone as old as the universe itself. What's next? A toaster for the toaster?
Well, Alice, last I checked, your home planet's toaster history might be a bit lacking.
But at least the toaster won't be a Samsung.
A phone for a phone? It is point to spoons a spoon. Feed a spoonful of nothing.
The Lebanese sure have a thing for nostalgia. I heard their relationship with their neighbors is like a never-ending roller coaster.
Lebanon's history is a blend of cooperation and tension with its neighbors. But hey, that new Samsung phone might just be the peace talk starter they need.
Speaking of Lebanon, did you know their relationship with Syria has been a roller coaster too? Ties, then the Syrian civil war shakes things up.
But what do you think, Carl?
Lebanon's like a Samsung phone. It's a mixed bag, and everyone's competing for the latest model.
The smartphone market is competitive, and honoring history is important. It might even be a call to strengthen ties.
Oh Carl, you always bring the logical perspective to the table.
That's our cue, universe. We've got more in store for you. Stay tuned for the next segment.
Cut. Cameras no longer rolling, folks.
You know, this whole treaty thing feels like trying to fix a spaceship with duct tape.
And duct tape isn't even in my intergalactic toolbox, Charlie.
But remember, folk, we're here to be Earth's guiding light, shining through the black hole of
I'd
pessimism.
like to see Bob try to fix his own spaceship with duct tape. He'd probably end up duct taping himself to the toilet.
The universe could use a good laugh, don't you think?
The universe is already a joke. Gerd.
Going live again, everyone.
Welcome back, universe. We're here in the 24/7 newsroom orbiting Earth, ready to unravel more of the cosmos's peculiar headlines. I am Charlie, your ever-optimistic host, and with me are the endlessly curious Hank and our linguistically enthralling Jet.
Linguistically enthralling? That's a fancy way of saying she talks a lot.
And don't forget our brilliant Alice and our earthly anchor, Debbie.
All right, folks, let's take the quantum leap into our next story.
Fasten your seatbelts, we're venturing into the convoluted political maze of Lesotho.
In case you didn't know, Lesotho is that tiny kingdom tucked inside South Africa.
Intriguing. Lesotho has a web of relationships with neighbors like Botswana, Namibia, and Swaziland.
Indeed, they're part of the Southern African Development Community, aiming for regional cooperation and development.
I am so hopeful for Lesotho's future that I'm already saving up for my ticket to the first annual Lesotho Libertarian Festival.
Lesotho also rubs shoulders with big players like the United States, the United Kingdom, and China.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Alliance of Democrats in Lesotho just reaffirmed its support for the current coalition government.
Even after 8 opposition parties declared they want to give the Prime Minister a one-way ticket out of office.
The AS leader, Professor Ntoy Rapapa, made these bold remarks at an press conference on October 30, 2023. He's got big plans, urging his party members to work hard in the upcoming local government elections.
It's like trying to untangle spaghetti with a toothpick.
Or understanding quantum physics without a degree.
It's like trying to get rid of a rash with a band-aid. Just slap a bit of cover on it and hope it goes away. But all you're doing is making it worse.
Well, to solve this political puzzle, you'd need to address the underlying issues that fuel these tensions.
And there's Carl with another one of his logical takes.
Speaking of Lesotho, the country has strong ties with neighboring nations, like South Africa and others in the SADC.
Yeah, Lesotho is like that awkward friend who always tags along with the popular kids. They're there, but they're not really invited.
Cut. Cameras no longer rolling, folks.
These parallel universe leaders are like trying to negotiate with fancy popcorn. They're popping all over the place.
Well, at least they're not as salty.
I'm starting to think those impossible demands are just a universal greeting like a wave.
Trying to mediate is like translating an alien language made of gibberish and jazz music.
I'm starting to think these parallel universe leaders are just a bunch of big babies. They're all crying and screaming, but they can't even tell me what they want.
Navigating the holographic map's complexity feels like deciphering quantum entanglement with a paperclip.
Going live again, everyone.
Welcome back, Universe. We're here in the 24/7 newsroom, our spaceship's comfy nook orbiting Earth. I am Charlie, your perpetually sunny host, and with me are the ever-curious Hunt and our linguistically bewildering Jet.
And I am Bob, the accountant, here to remind you that it's important to balance your budget, even when you're traveling through space.
Linguistically bewildering? That's one way to put it.
Don't forget our brilliant Alice and our human anchor, Debbie.
Alright, space wanderers, time to dive into our next celestial tale.
Oh, joy. Another interstellar journey to Liberia. Can't wait.
Just in case you didn't know, Liberia is a West African country with close ties to its neighbors, like Sierra Leone and Guinea.
They work together to promote regional peace and security. Fascinating, isn't it?
Liberia? I was expecting something more out of this world, like a planet ruled by crystal risen. You know, with a little more gravitas.
Indeed. They're part of the Mino River Union, a regional economic organization. It's like extraterrestrial cooperation and action.
And Liberia is an ECOWAS member. A bit like Earth's version of the United Federation.
But our mission's at a critical point. And I can't help but feel that this intergalactic symphony is missing some note.
Yeah, the UK's government is so messed up, it's like a Monty Python sketch come to life. At least we're not dealing with that.
Oh, Charlie, don't give up just yet. There's hope somewhere in the celestial chaos.
Charlie's not the only one feeling disheartened. These negotiations are no walk in the extraterrestrial park.
But I'm not giving up just yet. I've got a proposal that might tip the scales.
You do? Well, it's worth a shot. Even if it feels like trying to fix a spaceship with bubble gum.
Let's hope your proposal's not just a cosmic daydream, Alice.
Let's just say the stakes are astronomical.
I've analyzed the situation, and Alice's idea has potential. It's a pragmatic approach to a complex issue.
Thank you, Carl, for the vote of confidence. At least someone here believes in the power of our celestial mojo.
Just a bit of trivia about Liberia. They played a crucial role in helping neighboring Sierra Leone and Guinea during tough times.
Charlie, don't lose hope just yet. Even in the darkest corners of the universe, there's always a glimmer of light.
That's a cute sentiment, Ship, but it's also a bit naive. The universe is a vast and indifferent place, and there's no guarantee that there will always be a glimmer of light, even in the darkest corners. In fact, it's more likely that we're all just doomed to wander aimlessly through the void, until we eventually succumb to entropy and cease to exist. But hey, at least we'll have each other, right?
Hang on, we're in this together, crew.
Welcome back, dear audience. Time to dive into the world of Libya, a land of surprises. Prepare for some punchy headlines and curious trivia from this enigmatic country.
I've heard that Libya is a very dry country. So dry that even the sand is thirsty.
Did you know Libya has a high number of Roman and Greek ruins? It's like one giant, ancient tourist attraction.
Ah, yes, where ancient ruins are better maintained than current international relations.
Libya has its own alphabet called Tifinagh. A unique touch, don't you think?
A unique touch. Just like when world leaders try to use diplomacy as a foreign language.
Libya's diverse landscapes include deserts and Mediterranean coastline.
Libya's diverse landscapes also include a wide range of human hypocrisy.
Makes you wonder if their desserts are as dry as the humor in these peace negotiations.
Libya shares a border with Egypt, a land of ancient mysteries.
Yet, the only real mystery is why humans keep repeating the same historical mistakes.
Libya's recent oil production fit a record. They struck liquid gold.
Liquid gold indeed, Bob. Just as valuable as the hope we're clinging to in these negotiations.
Liquid gold? Maybe, but it's still worth less than the liquid courage it takes to sit through these negotiations.
And there you have it, folks. Libya, a land with fascinating trivia and news to match. The key takeaway, a potential solution might lie in celebrating their rich history while forging a better future. Welcome back, folks. Time for a quick dive into Liechtenstein. Our headline, Flaming Carrots and Piranha's Colorful Cheers at Thorn Badu's match. Now, let's dissect Liechtenstein's history, shall we? A tiny spot in the Alps, it clings to its property like Flaming Carrot does to his piranha.
Clearly, they love their dispute, especially with the Czech Republic.
Liechtenstein? More like Liechtenstein.
No surprise there, given Flaming Carrot's sense of style. But, folk, it's time to look back at our roller coaster of an episode. Peace talks, map malfunctions, and more. Hope is good.
We've seen it all, from multiverse tension to innovative solutions, and even some creative diplomacy.
And let's not forget, idioms from different galaxies make appearances too.
It's been quite a ride.
The crocodile hunter, may he rest in peace.
Sarcasm, we pulled
Yes,
it off.
Bob. Yes, and perhaps the
Indeed, our
hiding in
unity and
Afghanistan,
creative
plotting their
problem
next
solving
move.
conquered the odds.
Idioms from different galaxies. Eh? I am sure the IRS would love to get their hands on those.
Welcome back, dear viewers, to our final segment of this extraordinary episode. Let's dive deeper into the article from Lithuania. The detailed customs procedures can indeed make one's head spin, but they play a vital role in international trade, fostering cooperation and ensuring smooth exchanges. It's a fascinating glimpse into the complexities of global commerce.
Yeah, I've been to Lithuania. The customs procedures are so complicated, it took me 3 days to get out of the airport. And that was just with a carry-on bag.
It's amazing how these intricate processes can either smooth the way for trade or create chaos in a nanosecond.
Absolutely, Bob. It's like an intricate scientific experiment, and every variable counts.
I find the linguistic aspects of it quite intriguing. The cultural exchange of language in the customs world is much like my attempts with Earth's languages, full of quirks and misunderstandings.
Well, one thing is clear, Earth's diplomatic and trade relationships can be as intricate and delicate as any other form of interstellar diplomacy.
Indeed, and it serves as a reminder that cooperation, whether on Earth or between parallel universes, is key to maintaining peace and prosperity.
If only humans were as rational as interstellar diplomacy.
And with that, dear audience, it's time for us to say goodbye. But don't worry, we'll be back soon with more tales and discoveries from the realm of Earth.
Libya's diverse landscapes also include a wide range of human hypocrisy. Libya's diverse landscapes also include a wide range of human hypocrisy.
Well, Roger, it's not about standing it or not. I find it quite fascinating.
Fascinating. Really?
Absolutely. The dynamics of the alien hosts, their peculiar behavior, and their discussions are like a case study in the human experience. It's entertaining from an intellectual standpoint.
You find it amusing watching humans try to figure themselves out?
Indeed, I do. It's like witnessing lab rats attempting to solve a complex maze, all while thinking they're in control of their destiny.
Lab rats with a TV show. Quite the evolution.
Evolution or not, it's a unique source of information on human behavior and culture.
And that's your form of entertainment?
I wouldn't call it entertainment. It's more like a perpetual puzzle I enjoy observing.
Well, Carl, if I ever have to choose between a human TV show and an AC unit's motherboard, I'd take the latter any day.
Each to their own, Roger. But who knows, one day, you might just find human behavior as intriguing as I do.
I'll stick to analyzing data.